Call the doctor. Call the doctor. This is danger. You in this emergency situation. Help. Don't be destroyed. 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 Don't be destroyed.
Doctor?
Truman!
Oh, Doctor, there you are.
What on earth's happened?
You're asking me. You are the doctor, aren't you?
What's that supposed to mean? Of course I... Cuthbert. I remember Cuthbert.
The chap with the Eternals and the Enclave thing. Is he here?
Here? Wait a minute. I recognize this place.
Oh, good. Can you remember where we landed?
No. And Cuthbert wasn't here. Truman, something very odd's happened to us.
I know what you mean. I feel thoroughly confused. You said you recognised this place?
Yes. It's London circa 1605 AD. I've been here before.
But why are we here now?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Doctor? Doctor, is that you? You were in period dress just now.
Rhea!
Who is this?
Rhea. Rhea.
I know, I'm sorry. I know you told me to stay in the TARDIS, but I saw someone following
Rhea,
you.
don't you know me? It's Truman.
How do you know my name? Doctor, how did he get here? He's not from this period of time.
How? This is Truman, Rhea. You must...
Rhea, what are you doing here? I mean, how did you survive?
Survive? Survive what? Doctor...
Just hold on a minute. Now, how did you get here?
Me? With you, of course, in the TARDIS.
When?
Just now. Look, am I supposed to know this person?
Well, yes. I mean, you're not supposed to. You do. Don't you remember Nematoda? Gallifrey, the Daleks?
What about the Daleks? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, Doctor, I thought you were heading for Parliament House.
Was I?
Yes. You know, the base on the moon, the computer. You said this was the focal point in
Look
history.
out! Doctor, take cover!
Sir Nevitt and the King's Men. This is all beginning to make some sort of sense.
Oh, really?
Rhea, where's the TARDIS?
Don't you know we've just landed?
Remind me.
But I thought you were going to...
Interfere? Not this time. Come on.
Why?
You left out what, how, and when.
Why should the paradox represent itself now?
Oh, this is a duo-temporal anomaly of exasperating proportions.
Doctor, just slow down, will you?
Are you saying you understand what's going on?
Not exactly, Truman. What's the matter, Rhea?
Have you two met before?
Yes, relative to my experience. Relative to yours, no.
What? How did you manage to get all the paint off the walls, Rhea?
What are you talking about? Doctor, it is you, isn't it?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You're somehow different. The same, but...
I'm a little older, a little disillusioned, not quite the optimist I was when you knew me.
When I knew you, I do know you.
But you don't know me, Truman Crouch.
Who?
Of course you don't know him. You haven't met him yet.
Are you saying we've gone back in time, Doctor?
Yes, but I don't know how.
I don't remember us landing here. Come to think of it, I don't remember much at all.
Neither do I, which is profoundly worrying.
I'll go along with that. Look, if you say you've gone back in time, but you're here, then you must be from the future, am I right?
Yes. In your relative time stream, we received a garbled distress call and materialized in 1986, didn't we?
That's right. And the Earth had been destroyed.
Destroyed? But that didn't happen.
Not until I created a time paradox by accident.
So how did that cause the Earth to blow up in 1986?
Funny you should ask that, because you solved the problem for me.
Did I?
You will. Then, after we'd landed on the moon, entered that base and discovered history had been tampered with, we rematerialized here, London, November the 5th, 1605.
Because you said it was the first point where history departed from established sequence.
But the question is, why did Truman and I vanish from our relative time streams and turn up at this moment in time in your relative time stream?
Beats me. And who is Truman?
Someone you'll meet in the future.
Oh, do we get on?
Well, yes, I'd like to think so.
But if you two have come back in time, where's the future me?
Well, you see...
That's a little complicated to go into now.
Why? We seem to have a lot of time on our hands.
Well, I'm not so sure. This kind of temporal irregularity could be doing untold historical damage. My instinct is to force a crisis now. All in working order, apparently.
You're going to try and get us back to our time?
No, not with Rhea. It could be dangerous.
Why? The web of time.
I really don't have time for a pointless argument, Truman.
There's something you're not telling me, isn't there?
You always were perceptive.
Were? Doctor...
I think the best thing we can all do is hold on very tightly to the console.
What are you going to do?
First things first. Dematerialization. Temporal resonator feedback, but why?
It could be Justyce again.
Justyce?
Remember, Doctor? The nonsensical coordinates, like before?
You're right. We've got a flat tire again. The helmic regulators are set at diverse temporal ratios.
That sounds bad.
Worse. It'll be the end of us if... Oh, no!
What's the matter?
Settings are jammed. I can't... It's no good.
We're starting to materialize.
Process is complete. We'll literally cease to exist. Made it!
I don't believe it.
That's the second time I've avoided that little trap.
When did it happen before? Oh, don't tell me my future.
Our past.
Let's hope Justyce doesn't believe in third time lucky.
You're talking about Justyce as if it were a person.
An entity, at least.
And we presume Justyce is his name because he keeps materializing and scratching it all over the TARDIS when we're not around. Our TARDIS, that is. In the future.
What's he actually trying to achieve?
Let's leave this until later, shall we? I suggest we find out where we are.
Nowhere, presumably.
That doesn't look like nowhere to me.
No. I'd say it was a definite somewhere. And what's more, I recognize it.
So you've been here before as well?
Yes, I think so.
This is an underground railway station. I've read about them.
That's right. The trains travel along those lines down there. It's a system favored by Earth people. Mind the gap.
Ruford Square Transurban Line Network. Oh, it's not the Circle Line. Where exactly are we?
Oh, the triple-ringed planet of Griffelian 5. I looked it up once. This underground network is part of the training grounds for aspiring company executives.
What company?
Conglomerate. We're slap bang in the middle of the Conglomerate organization's heart. Don't ask me why. I'd have preferred nowhere.
But how did we get here?
I've no idea. I managed to invert the temporal ratios at the last moment, then...
You say this is part of a training ground. What sort of things do they train people in?
The Conglomerate way. Ruthless extortion and exploitation. Suppression of conscience and feeling.
And if you don't make out, you don't leave?
Yes.
Sounds the Cuthbert style.
You mentioned Cuthbert earlier, Doctor.
Yes. I did. And I don't know why. Disturbing, isn't it?
Listen, is that a train coming?
I imagine so.
No driver. No passengers.
Conglomerate policy saves money. Public transport's bound to be more efficient without passengers.
Doctor, are you sure this Justyce character caused us to land here? Couldn't it have been Cuthbert?
He's got the motive, but none of the know-how.
You underestimate me, Doctor.
Apparently.
Definitely. Well, here you are again. Bring back fond memories, does it?
What have you done? Have you gained the means to interfere with time?
But of course. Memory isn't your strong point at the moment, is it?
I remember this place.
But you don't know why you're here, do you?
I imagine you're going to tell me.
Not just now. Well, hello, you two. Cat got your tongues? Aren't you going to say hello to your uncle, Cuthbert?
What do you think?
Never mind. Time for a change of environment, I think. Now, where's that gadget? Oh.
What are you doing?
You'll see. We're all now inside a molecular protection bubble. It's neat, isn't it?
An unnecessary precaution. I have a feeling that TARDIS isn't fit to take us anywhere.
Oh, this isn't to prevent your escaping, Doctor. No, you see, I have your best interests at heart. I'm protecting your molecular structure from being torn apart. I do hope you're grateful. Now, what we have here is a computer-controlled environment. Not exactly an irrelative enclave, but certainly a good deal more controllable.
You mean you can restructure the training grounds at will?
As long as the appropriate molecular diagnosis is available. Now we say goodbye to the Transurban network and Woodford Square. Welcome to the tea room.
Tea room? I don't see a kettle.
I can't imagine you've brought us here for tea.
Quite right, Truman, old chummy. You've rumbered my little bit of fun. TEA, Total Experience Amplification. Do sit down in the seats provided. I see you choose to be difficult.
Security Drudger's report availability.
Oh, they talk now. Technology is leapfrogging in Conglomerate circles.
Security Drudger 5. Suspend the Doctor in excruciating pain.
Doctor!
Release him! Let him go!
Please be seated. Thank you. Drudger 5, order rescinded. Drudger 5, help the Doctor to his chair. Now you're sitting comfortably. We can begin. Oh, and I shouldn't try making a dash for it. You're molecularly bonded to the chairs. Any sudden moves might result in a nasty mess.
Doctor? Doctor, are you all right?
Yes. Yes. Oh, what touching concern, Miss Rhea. Sad you lost her, Doctor?
Lost me? Doctor, what does he mean?
He means...
Truman, no. Remember
The web of time, please.
The web... It's my future you're talking about, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
Doctor, tell me.
Oh, he won't tell you, my dear. No, he's a Time Lord. There are too many rules and laws he mustn't break. And even though he's the last Time Lord, he'd never ever break a rule. Would you, Doctor?
What are you talking about? How do you know all this?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? Eh? Now then, to business. You two, Truman and the Doctor, you've lost your recent memory because you've had, a nasty turn, shall we say. But through total experience amplification, I can give you back that memory. And more.
More?
There are certain galactic events that I think you need to catch up on to get a better perspective.
To what purpose?
Still in the dark, Doctor. Never mind. What about you, Mr. Crouch?
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
If you're going to kill us, why don't you just get on with it? Or are you trying to bore us to death?
Now there's a negative attitude, Miss Rhea. I can see the doubts about your future are really beginning to get you down. Oh, not to worry. Your part in all of this will become clear eventually. Now it is time. Time for you to become spectator and participant. All in one go. You will experience, but you will also judge, analyze, empathize, sympathize. You will be aggravated, outraged, incensed, but you will not intervene, because all this, Doctor, Mr. Crouch, is a fragment of time, of experience that has been lost to you. It has already happened, but a certain traumatic experience has taken it from you. Now allow me to restore and enhance these memories with a diligence and a generosity you could never have hoped for. Yeah. Total experience amplification.
Attention! This is Troxilian Planetary Security. The presence of your space vehicles is causing a hazard to orbital navigation. You are once again requested to leave orbit immediately before further measures are considered.
Stuff them! Stuff the lot of them! They can't ignore us this time. Look at it. Just look at that screen, will you? What a sight. It makes me feel...
Helpless.
No. Proud, Evelyn.
Proud, but helpless. Any news from Posedor?
What's the matter with you, then? That is a show of solidarity they'd never have expected.
A few private planet skimmers parked
Millions,
out.
you stupid bitch. Millions of people saying no.
Laughing and singing doesn't change the galaxy, Kevin.
It brings us together. Now we know we're not alone in this.
I know we're not alone. What I want to know is that we're going to win. That we're going to stop galactic governments turning back to the time of polluted skies, toxic waste dumps, and ecological suicide. It's going to take more than orbital demonstrations and solidarity to do that, Kevin.
News on Posedor?
Well, that's what I was trying to get out of him, Luck. But Kevin's convinced we've won already.
No, I wasn't saying that.
Optimistic, Kevin. Economic sense is hard to beat.
Whose side are you on?
Oh, preserve us from Nematoda intellectualism. Come on, Kevin. That Throxilian news bulletin goes out about now.
In the interests of harmony...
We are on the same side, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on then, Throxil. Give us a dose of your unbiased best.
The private skimmer blockade is still in evidence around Throxil. Despite repeated requests by Throxilian Planetary Security, the demonstrators remain in orbit as a protest against the Galactic Economic Alliance's new energy production deal with the Galactic Business Consortium, Conglomerate. Amongst the demonstrating ships is the Congress of Galactic Ecologists' congressional spaceship, Future Hope.
That's us.
And down here in the Throxilian Parliament, Koji's Gen Sec Harold Sigmund Posedor, ex-administrator and liberator of Nematoda, is making a last-ditched plea on behalf of the galaxy's ecologists for the reinstallation of the old-style reactors. Earlier we spoke to him.
Hey, go on, Harold, tell him.
Quiet, Kevin.
Galaxy has enjoyed non-toxic waste-producing forms of energy for almost 200 years. It would be madness to install these new conglomerate reactors permanently. They are nothing but a return to the once outlawed waste-producing reactors. They have been in operation for only a month, and already a conglomerate cruiser is on its way to collect the vast and unacceptable amount of deadly toxic waste.
Do you not accept, Mr. Posedor, that Conglomerate's willingness to remove and dispose of all waste products is an attractive part of their deal and indicative of their ecological conscience?
Not when Conglomerate proposes to dump all waste on economically undeveloped worlds. Can your conscience accept that? I presume you voted for the deal.
Oh, thank you,
We're talking about worlds teeming with life and delicately balanced ecological...
The Throxilian government are, however, almost certain to reject Koji's plea on economic grounds.
Because Conglomerate have artificially raised the price of all non-toxic energy-producing raw materials beyond the galaxy's reach. Oh, where's the economic sense in that luck?
None that I can see, Evelyn.
Let's hope the old buffer can make them see that.
Have you anything to add to your already somewhat lengthy statement, Mr. President?
Only to remind you that...
Chamber will come to order. Order, please. The Gen Sec of the Congress of Galactic Ecologists has the right to speak, as the Constitution stands at present. Please bear with him.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I only wished to remind the Chamber of a time, an unbelievably recent time, when ecologists and economists alike worked as brothers and sisters in this chamber and places of government throughout the Galactic Economic Alliance. It was a time when you and all your colleagues felt it right and proper that power, energy for the galaxy, should be produced through means that didn't destroy the environment here, or indeed on any planet that might in some minds be classified as economically underdeveloped or unviable. Unviable? Is life unviable? Yet you're talking of depositing deadly waste products on such planets. Can the simple and artificial raising by conglomerates of the price of certain raw materials change a basic truth? Can it? That concludes my statement.
I call on the government.
The Throxilian Energy Council rejects the Congress of Galactic Ecologists' statement and requests that Mr. Posedor return to his ship and remove himself and his demonstrating supporters from Throxilian orbit before further action is taken by our planetary security.
This session is closed.
He knows me, Truman. Pardon? Who? But he knows me. We know his name. We know he can't spell. Justyce. Is that his name?
Well, it certainly isn't very appropriate.
We're short on answers.
Yes. What next, then?
Moriarty.
What?
Whatever happens, he knows where to find us, it seems.
So we just wait.
Must know him.
Wait for the bomb to drop.
Perhaps I just don't remember.
Wait for this rotten mess to explode in our faces.
Sounds like a dodgy landing.
Whatever it is, the old girl doesn't like it at all.
Maybe she's trying to tell us something.
Not such a daft idea. You've hit the nail on the head, Truman. Huh? Look at the readout.
Dangerously toxic environment. Well, it can't harm us in here, can it?
No, but there's not much point going outside. Thanks for the warning, old girl.
I take it we're leaving.
Ugh, particularly nasty waste products. Yes, Truman. Time to... Overload!
What? Caused by poisonous atmosphere?
No. Someone's just activated a very crude matter beam.
Get us out of here, Doctor!
Funny, I was thinking the very same thing.
Any luck?
Yes, but it's all bad. DMAT system's burnt out. We're trapped in the matter beam.
Activate matter beam, Luck.
Activating.
Oh, Luck. How I've missed those shining eyes of yours.
You did your best, Harold.
Yes, Evelyn. Ever since little Luck here helped me reverse Earth Center's policy on Nematoda, I've always harbored the belief, perhaps naive, that I could change things. Being General Secretary of Koji has given me an inflated opinion of myself.
Nobody will blame you. Human economics hard to beat.
Welcome aboard. Everyone to the flight deck, if you please.
What is it, Kevin?
Conglomerate cruiser has just entered orbit.
Bloody enormous thing.
It has to be. The amount of waste it's going to take.
It'll never be able to navigate through the demonstration.
I think that's what they're worrying about.
This is Throxilian Planetary Security. A Conglomerate cruiser has entered Throxilian orbit at the invitation of our government. Your ships are illegally occupying our space. We have overlooked this until now. You must leave orbit so that the Conglomerate cruiser may maneuver safely to enter our atmosphere. We appeal directly to your leader, Gen Sec Posedor of the Future Hope.
They love you, Posnem.
You better say something.
Communication online.
This is Gen Sec Posedor. This is an orbital demonstration by individuals in private planet skimmers. I am not their leader. They are collectively expressing personal views.
The Galactic Defence Charter is quite clear in cases such as these. You have received a warning. If you do not show signs of dispersing almost immediately, we will be forced to fire upon you.
They're bluffing, surely.
I doubt it.
But they can't.
My God!
You will leave orbit now, or we will fire again.
Kevin, open the line. My friends, this is Posedor. We must do as they say. We are dealing with people of no conscience. To avoid massacre, I implore you all to leave orbit.
The Conglomerate cruiser's moving in closer. Their ram deceleration has just taken another 2 of our lot.
They did that on purpose.
Throxilian security, the way is not yet clear for the Conglomerate cruiser to enter close orbit. Order it to stand away, please.
Another 3 gone.
My friends, you must leave orbit. Leave orbit now.
They're moving. What about us?
We'd better leave too, Kevin.
Sit before you fall, Posnem.
Thank you, Luck.
Leaving orbit.
Damn! The bastards!
What is it, Evelyn?
I've been waiting on a coded transmission from one of my contacts in the outer sectors.
You've received it?
Yes, I've received it.
Yeah?
Well, you know that Throxil is the first planet to confirm the deal with Conglomerate.
I know, only too well.
Well, it isn't.
What?
Several of the outer colonies were apparently forced to sign months ago. Here's a list of economically undeveloped planets that have been turned into poisonous wasteland.
And we thought it had only just begun.
Pilot Drudger 878 reporting. Hyperspatial exit coordinates attained. RAM deceleration engaging. Hyperspatial exit coordinates attained. RAM deceleration engaging. Hyperspatial exit coordinates attained. RAM deceleration engaging.
Thank you, you stupid... Yes, I'm awake now, you little... stupid... ETA?
ETA on Greffellian 5, 7.4 time units.
Home sweet home. Drudger, signal my arrival to HQ. Time for a little updating, I think. The final contract, yes. Signed and sealed. Let's see. Outer planet operation on schedule. Good. Throxilian deal completed. At last. It's all coming to fruition. Project, timescale, and galactic pattern of operation. 50 years. I think I've proved my point. Compassion, conscience has been outpriced. And as for those who persist in the luxury of fine feelings for galactic ecology, they have just 50 years.
Final approach. Landing procedures engaged. Conglomerate presidential ship landing. Final clearance.
Attention all ground crews. Stand by for direct transference of all thesial waste products from onboard cargo bay to inner sanctum. Might as well give my fellow board members a treat.
Leave you alone. Why? Justice. My back.
I take it we've landed. Doctor? Oh, come on, Doctor. You've hit your head. Doctor?
I've got...
The console's in a bit of a mess. Was it the matter beam?
I think so. I'd better check that... This is disastrous.
Aren't you going to do something?
Like what?
Well, start repairs?
And where would you like me to start, Mr. Crouch?
Well, it's a little dim in here, isn't it?
Oh, you noticed that, did you?
Yes, actually, I did.
Any theories then, Mr. Crouch?
Have you thought of looking at the elastic band?
What?
Or perhaps it's gone twang.
Well, I'm glad you think this is funny.
I take it that matter beam has done some serious damage.
That matter beam was operating without any form of energy wavelength suppressor.
Then that overload
was virtually total. But look on the bright side. We've got some light, some air. I don't know how long for, and that's about it. He's done it this time.
Justyce? Are you sure?
He tried to trick me into setting absurd coordinates before, didn't he? It seems he's developed a penchant for the more direct method of smashing us into oblivion. He could just be trying to unnerve me, of course.
I think he's succeeding.
I'm going to make a few presumptions, Truman. Otherwise, we'll just end up sitting here turning to dust. Now, you can either go along with my presumptions, or go to your room, close the door...
and turn to dust.
Well,
it depends what the presumptions are.
Number 1, that we've landed.
Well, that seems reasonable.
2, that the environment out there is safe and breathable. And number 3, that I can find some way of opening this door without power.
I see.
Manual door operation equals crank handle. Yes. Inserted here. Thus.
Doctor? Look, Doctor, just stop, will you?
Yes?
It's your second presumption I'm worried about.
I'm staking my life on Justyce, or whatever he, she, or it is, wanting more than my death. He's had 1,000 opportunities to kill me.
And this is the showdown, is it? High noon? Or don't you think you're just getting a little obsessive? You don't even know for sure that it is Justyce who's brought us here.
I'm sure. Besides, if I return to the ship to find Justyce will be served scrawled across yet another part of the console room, I think I shall go completely round the twist.
Oh, you can't be serious about
it. I am. This place is beginning to look like a public lavatory in a railway station.
Oh, what?
Now, are you going to help with this door or not? Yes? No? Make your mind up. Join your obsessive companion. Oh, never mind. I'll do it myself. It's jammed. Open!
You fool! I told you!
Toxic gases! Filter masks! Emergency locker! Quick! Deep breaths!
Couldn't you have had these ready just in case?
Don't understand. It seems I was wrong.
Now there's a healthy admission.
Perhaps.
Well, we might as well take a look out there. Can we?
Tropical jungle.
How come the toxic gases?
Possibly marsh gas of some sort. I don't know.
Oh, look, the vegetation, it's molting.
I've always hated overcooked vegetables.
I've just had a nasty thought.
What?
Well, when we first materialised, before the matter beam hit us,
yes?
the TARDIS tried to warn us about large amounts of toxic substances.
Oh dear.
Whatever it was, it's all been matter beamed here with us.
Report. Voice synthesize.
Navigational shadow identified as Congress of Galactic Ecologists Congressional Ship Future Hope.
Damn those bloody extremists. Get me Throxil Mission Control.
Line open.
This is Throxilian Security Officer Reckitt aboard Conglomerate Cruiser VFO2. I need fighter support.
What's your problem?
I've got bloody ecologists on my tail.
Maintaining speed and course, Kevin?
It's all in the nav computer, Posner.
Yes, good. Thank you, Kevin.
What now?
What indeed, Luck?
Shadowing them doesn't solve anything.
It's the oldest trick in the book, Mr. Posedor. They're bound to suss it out.
If they haven't already.
Then what are we to do? Reason has failed.
Hey, 3 ships just popped up on the scope. Extreme range.
There's a hold-up on authorization, Racket.
What? This is a priority waste dump mission. I do not want interference from Posedor and his pixie.
Are they within your exclusion limit?
Well, no, but...
Then I can't see what we can do for you.
3 unidentified craft on space scope at extreme range. Interception course.
What is it, Racket?
Get identification.
They're Koji ships. They're ours.
Identification confirmed. Congressional ships Herald, Redoubtable, and World.
What are they? We must warn them away.
I called for them.
You, Evelyn? But why?
This may be seen as provocation. A dangerous move, Evelyn.
Risks have to be taken sometimes.
Evelyn, you had no authority.
I have the support.
Playing at power politics now, Evelyn.
Well, what would you have us do, huh? Shadow that cruiser? Then watch as it dumps the waste on some unprofitable planet. You said yourself, reason has failed. We've got to force these people to realise we mean what we say.
You'll start a war that we cannot win.
A campaign of disruption. We'll force Conglomerate to give up this mad scheme of theirs. We've got that cruiser outnumbered.
This time.
You are playing their game, Evelyn.
Throxell Fighter Strike Force at launch stations now should be with you by 0450.
At last.
Congressional ships closing. Vector 7.
All weaponry to full power. Report when ready. We'll give future Hope a warning shot.
Well, maybe it makes sense if we're going to achieve anything.
This is reckless, Evelyn. Reckless and ill-considered.
We know what we're doing.
We? What is this pressure group you formed? I don't recall them making their views known in Congress.
Words. They mean nothing to the economists.
Posnem,
What is it, Luck?
projected destination of Conglomerate cruiser.
Here. What have you been up to with the nav computer?
Nematoda. Look. They're going to dump it on Nematoda.
Oh, we've been hit!
Proximity plasma bolt detonated ahead of Future Hope's bows.
Realign for impactive bolt. Let's see if they back off.
Minimal power loss, pods recharging.
How is he, Luck?
His head is injured. Not serious. Needs rest.
Take him to his cabin. Make sure he's all right. Alter course to Vector 8 and maintain speed, Kevin.
Giving the orders, then?
You don't care about Nematoda?
Receiving a signal.
Evelyn! Evelyn!
Del, is that you?
We're here.
You got Redoubtable fitted out then?
Who are the helpers and begging, stealing and borrowing? Listen, are you damaged?
No, it was just a warning shot.
Well, we're ready when you are.
Match our course and speed. Signal Herald and World to follow suit.
Will do.
Stay close.
You are a warrior, Evelyn. Is this the time for warriors?
I believe so.
Sweet success. Yep. I'll drink to that. Who is it? Oh.
Security Drudger 691 reporting.
Yes. Well?
Message. Conglomerate board notes your planetfall time and eagerly awaits your arrival at board meeting.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they do. Tell them I'll be on my way shortly. Go on. Be off. I don't like loose ends. Success must be total. Project time scale of all unfinished matters. Oh, good. Good, yeah. No good, that's lovely. Very satisfactory. Everything... Hey? What the hell? Priority file? Access. Oh. Him. The doctor.
a very expensive android he blew up there. Yes. He must learn the error of his ways. He must. He must. There must be no unfinished business, no intellectual concern left to threaten the body of conglomerate truth. And you are the only matter left outstanding, Doctor. And you will all be brought to book. I am waiting for you. Institute search pattern Maxima. Process priority file data for subject information. Access key files the Doctor. Reference TARDIS.
No sign of civilization, Doctor.
And no justice.
Is this filter thing working properly?
Yes, but toxic gas density increasing. Filters clogging.
The jungle. It's turning into green mush. Oh God, I'm exhausted.
Nowhere to sit down. We'll have to head back, or we'll be swimming soon.
You said you couldn't repair the TARDIS.
I can't. But can't you feel it? Muscular contraction. Severe cramp. Tissue swelling. More than just fatigue, Truman. This atmosphere is completely polluted. Toxic.
And we are too? Haven't you got any drugs to combat it? In the TARDIS?
Might have. Not sure. Besides, I don't want to die here.
They've hit us this time. Starboard energy pod.
I thought that thing was just a cruiser. It's fully armed.
Your agents got it wrong, did they?
How bad's the damage?
Auto repair functions cut in and running. Should be all right.
This is Future Hope, calling Redoubtable, Herald and World. This is tougher than we thought. The Conglomerate cruiser is well equipped for battle. I'm giving you the option to pull out.
No way! We've come this far, we're not going to give in. Evelyn, I suggest I take the Redoubtable in first. We've got the heaviest artillery and the strongest force shields.
Agreed. We'll give you covering fire. Kevin, give me target reciprocation.
She's targeted.
Fire!
We're hit! Prepare my escape pod! Stop hooting at me, you bloody...
Escape pod procedure not permitted.
What?
Moving to Nematoda matter beam range in 4 time units.
Look, this isn't a suicide mission.
Congressional ship Redoubtable moving to attack position. We are under fire.
Open waste bay doors, dump the stuff, now, in space.
That procedure is not permitted.
What? I'm the commander of this ship!
All Drudgers go to maximum battle efficiency.
Yes. Yes, I dare say the board are getting impatient, but I have unfinished business here. They'll just have to understand that.
Your appointment?
My appointment? Their appointment, I'll have you know.
Object, TARDIS, interdimensional vehicle of subject the Doctor, intellectual deviant, located during a routine progress scan of outer sector planet 5 by Conglomerate cruiser VFP.
Right, look, instruct Conglomerate cruiser VFP to reverse its course immediately. I want that object matter beamed aboard and brought back to Griffelian 5.
Starboard energy energy pod 2 destroyed. Speed decreasing.
This is madness!
Returning fire.
Redoubtable is hit.
Dale!
Evelyn! Evelyn!
Receiving!
All energy pods out! We crippled!
It's a sitting duck.
Fire forward cannons, Kevin, and moving at rate 5. Herald, Storith, are you there?
Storith here, Evelyn.
Give us supporting fire.
Will do.
Conglomerate crews are concentrating fire on Redoubtable.
Then fire all forward cannons.
Forward cannons on recharge. We're... Too late. They're directing fire at us now.
Luck? Where... Oh. My head. Reckless, Evelyn. Reckless. Who's there? I can't see you. Step into the light. You. What are you doing here?
The force shield took that one.
How's Herald?
Giving the Conglomerate cruiser a bit of a pasting.
Luck! Is Posedor...
Sleeps. I see Redoubtable explode through viewport. I fear we cannot win, Evelyn.
But Luck!
I want for you to beam me down to Nematoda. Die with my people.
But... Wait a minute. I've got an idea. Kevin, hold the fort. Luck, come with me.
Doctor, I can't move. It's the pain. Your face!
Blistered. Like yours.
No!
Some kind of fesial waste product. Attacking our bodies.
Look! There!
TARDIS!
The key! Doctor, get the key!
Yes, yes.
What? Oh,
no! She's gone.
Matter transfer of object. TARDIS from Planet 5 to VFP Cargo Bay affected.
Yes, I recognize that anywhere. Is there any sign of the Doctor?
Object. TARDIS impervious to scanning.
Oh, yes, I might have known.
However, planetary scan indicates the presence of 2 humanoid life forms on Planet 5 surface. Life signs weak.
Oh, poor Doctor. Stranded in a lethal waste dump without his little TARDIS cubbyhole to bolt to. Matter transfer humanoid life forms.
Yeah, sock it to him, Herald.
Kevin, reset for orbital course.
For Nematoda? Hey, where's Luck? You're not going to send him home.
No. We've got the zoological chambers prepared. We're going to matter transfer as many nematoids and nematodons as possible aboard. Then cryogenically hibernate them. We'll preserve that planet's life, whatever the outcome.
You're not taking any chances.
With the planet's ecology? No way. Once they're aboard, we can feed them on the synthesized fluid we developed for Lark. So come on. Move it, Kevin.
What happened?
TARDIS. It vanished. But
Tell me now.
Spaceship?
Drudgers.
Yeah, that's the Doctor. And Truman, I believe. Well done. Give him an antitox injection and a heavy sedative, and have that cruiser set course for HQ. I'll be waiting. Yeah. Maybe now the Doctor will see things my way.
Truman, Truman! Those Drudgers injected us with something. Blisters. Healing.
Can't think. Sleep.
No, Oh dear. Who's there? Who? You.
World's firing on the Conglomerate cruiser.
Planet scan phase 1 completed.
Any likely groups to beam aboard?
No. Nematoids and nematodans too dispersed. Phase 2 commences.
Conglomerate cruiser's picking up speed. Must have repaired her damage. My God, World's been hit!
Is it bad?
I don't know. Her energy pods are glowing. She's gone.
Storeth, come in.
Herald here.
World's vaporized.
We saw.
We'll get out of here. We'll follow as soon as we can.
No way, Evelyn. Kevin told us your plan. We'll give you all the time we can. Out.
Evelyn, I couldn't sleep. What is happening?
Not now, Harold. We're in the...
Phase 2 positive. Large group located. Look.
Nematodans feeding off nematoids. Perfect.
Good Lord, you're not thinking...
We are. Set coordinates ready for hyperspeed.
Yes, of course.
Luck?
Activating matter transfer beams. Transfer effected.
You've done it!
The Conglomerate cruiser's looking right down our throat. Jumping to hyperspeed.
No!
What?
We'll have to secure the nematoids and nematodans in cryogenic suspension.
There isn't time.
They will be in shock. Hyperspeed acceleration before they are hibernated may kill them.
Well, get down to the zoological chambers and get on with it. That cruiser could kill us all.
We've got them now.
We will shortly attain matter beam range of Nematoda.
Activate matter beam the moment we're in range. What the hell?
Koki ship Herald on collision course.
She's gonna ram us, maniacs!
Luck? Evelyn, have you got them under yet?
We won't be long.
Just hurry it up, will you?
Look, Kevin. Herald is heading straight for the Conglomerate cruiser.
Yeah. And look at that space scope. Throxilian fighters just out of hyperdrive.
Throxilian reinforcements have arrived.
Ahead of schedule. Right, now we'll show them. Bloody maniacs! They've rammed us! Prepare my escape pod!
Escape pod destroyed.
What?
Matter transfer range achieved.
Did it? They went through with it. Both ships destroyed.
Kevin, those Throxilian fighters...
They're on an attack run. Evelyn, Luck!
We're finished down there. Go!
Engaging hyperdrive now.
Made it. Luck? What is it?
Hey, come on. Herald destroyed the Conglomerate cruiser. You got the NEMs into cryogenic all right, didn't you?
Oh, yes. And it's just as well we had a look at the space scope terminal down there. Before Herald rammed it, the Conglomerate cruiser managed to matter transfer all that waste down to Nematoda.
Nematoda. Already dying.
Engaging ram deceleration.
Are you all right, Luck?
Yes.
deceleration complete.
Orbital course. Oh, am I glad to be home. Wait a minute.
Waste dumping will be widespread by now. We'll have to call a meeting as soon as possible to determine
I don't
what's...
believe this.
And you've got a lot to answer for, young lady.
Where did you set those coordinates for, Posedor?
Alistair, our home. Why?
Kevin, you are worried.
Tell me I'm going mad. Look at the screen.
My God.
I don't understand. I'm sure I set the right coordinates, but
But what? You know where we are, don't you? That's Griffelian 5! Conglomerate headquarters!
Unmistakable. The triple rings. God, I piloted a freighter here once.
Security scanner alert!
What's happening?
We're under attack.
There are no ships.
We're caught in one of their heavy-duty matter beams, operated from the planet's surface.
Nobody trespasses in Conglomerate space.
At least nobody's been left alive to talk about it.
But surely we can explain.
Can you?
The stage is set.
All cryogenic functions normal.
Good. Harold, Sigmund, Posedor and cohorts. And the doctor and a friend. Wake this one up.
I set the coordinates. I don't...
Hello, Mr. Posedor.
Who? What happened?
We've never met. I'm the president of Conglomerate.
You? Then you are the one responsible...
Yes, I am. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's fun, isn't it?
But don't you realize...
Oh, I realize, all right. Drudger, wake the doctor, please.
The doctor?
Yes. Your memory probe indicated you'd met. The doctor wasn't letting on, of course, but he is an altogether tricky customer.
Truman? Where?
Has gone bye-bye, his doctor. In the pod next to you.
Cuthbert, what are you up to now?
Don't struggle, there's a good chap. I've had you in cryogenic suspension, so you won't be able to move. For a while, anyway.
Doctor? Doctor, is that you?
Administrator Posedor? What are you doing here?
Administrator no longer. He's gone up in the world. General Secretary of the Congress of Galactic Ecologists. It's sickening, isn't it?
I thought you'd be impressed by a bit of self-advancement.
No, he was voted in. It's not my style at all.
Congratulations, Mr. Posedor.
Thank you, my friend. But, Doctor, what were you doing aboard my ship?
You? I don't understand.
I saw you. I spoke to you.
Did I speak to you?
Yes. No, I can't remember. You seemed...
Oh, you two are boring, aren't you? Just shut up and pay attention.
How did you get us here?
Well, I'm loath to admit it, but it was sheer chance, Doctor. Blindingly simple and entirely random. A bit like market forces, really.
So you approve?
I'm an opportunist. You know, it's years since I last clapped eyes on you. In fact, you probably won't be flattered to know that I'd almost completely forgotten about you.
Well, I'm heartbroken.
Oh, you see. Well, I've been a bit busy.
Causing the cynical destruction of galactic ecology?
Yes.
I demand to be released. Why am I here?
Oh, for a last chance to serve some useful purpose in the real future, before history passes you by.
Useful purpose? I don't understand.
No, you wouldn't. Just surrender yourself to inevitability.
There is nothing inevitable about the destruction of the galaxy.
Destruction? No. Just a change of policy. And it is inevitable. I've planned it meticulously. Bit by bit. Over the years. Join me.
Never. I'll fight you and your kind.
Oh, you don't know what you're taking on, matey. What about you, Doctor? Hey? Join me. Hey? Come on. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Last chance?
You know the answer. Why ask?
You really do waste the potential of a bright mind, don't you? You know, you two are very much alike. Yes. Yes, you are. Which gives me an idea.
You cannot hold us here. There'll be an investigation. My fellow
Fellow
ecologists...
idiots will be too busy saving their own skins. Ecologists are yesterday's people. Forever. No one of any importance gives a tinkers about you and your creed. You're a rather embarrassing reminder of those frivolous days when people didn't think too much about counting the cost. And let's face it, all that is changing. No one cares anymore, Posedor. As for the doctor, well, who is there to worry about him?
Are you going to kill us?
Not just now, no. I'm just going to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'll never learn.
Oh, you will.
That's important to you, isn't it?
Winning? Too right.
Winning the argument.
My life has been a long, hard struggle, Doctor. I know what makes the galaxy tick. What really makes it work. And it's nothing to do with airy-fairy ideas about peace, harmony, and loving thy fellow creature.
And what is it all about, Cuthbert? Eliminating compassion? Making sentient life cost-effective? Don't you think? I mean, doesn't it ever occur to you that you might have missed the point?
No. And you've missed the boat, Doctor. Refreeze them.
Restart cryogenic process.
You won't win! You can't!
We'll see. Prepare the programming. Tell the board I may be delayed further.
Of this intolerable delay.
It's a security matter. You may remember me mentioning a certain...
This is of no concern to us. When may colonization begin?
The final contract is signed and in operation. It's only a matter of time. All we have to do is wait.
We have waited over 300 years. And surely your mass compression unit is no longer necessary.
I must stay in this form. I have a further plan.
This was not agreed.
It is my ambition that's got us this far. My ambition. You would have had the Griffelians embark on some futile war, but it was me. I saw the way forward. Economic power. Ambition. And the ambition of the Griffelians must know no bounds.
What is your meaning?
My meaning is that this galaxy is by no means sufficient for our needs. In time, as we grow, the need for expansion will become paramount. The urge to colonize and feed will germinate within us just as it did before. And I can see our way forward. In many ways, it will be our biggest challenge yet.
Explain this.
The Doctor. A being of powerful and intuitive intellect. Not only that, but he's probably the last of an ancient race known as the Time Lords. Now, if we add him, with his ability to travel through time and space, on our side, there would be no limit to what we could achieve. The whole universe, throughout eternity, would be ours. for the taking.
Then why have you not sought this being's support before?
Well, that's the trouble. Twice he's been given the opportunity to start a career in Conglomerate. And I even tried to kill him once.
Are you saying he refused?
Well, I mean, he didn't exactly.
But did you not assert that economic necessity compels all sentient life to conform?
Well, in a sense, yes, look, let's say I was just giving an over-optimistic forecast, although it is largely true that everyone has their price.
Except this doctor.
Well, perhaps, but maybe I've been barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, you see, the doctor's problem is more ideological.
You have mentioned his mental disorder in previous reports. Did not the workforce of the other major suffer from it?
Yes, they were cured.
Could not this doctor also be cured?
Well, not without damaging some of the more sensitive areas of his brain. And unfortunately, those are just the bits we're interested in.
Then what is your plan?
Well, I've had a stroke of luck. And I think a stroke of genius. The doctor has tumbled into our hands quite unexpectedly. So too have some other humanoids, one of whom is well acquainted with the doctor and his companion.
Companion?
Yes. That's maybe. Now, do I have your permission to open up the training centre again?
Quite preposterous. We'd landed on a metal roadway in the sky. I say, what a view. Truman? Truman? Ah, there you are. Why are you looking at me like that, dear boy?
I don't know. Doctor?
Yes, my boy? Look here, have you got a headache or something? You look as though you're in the most dreadful pain.
It's all right. I'm all right now, I think.
Good, good. Now come and have a look at this. Do you know, as far as I can see, there are no supports to this roadway at all. And we must be, at least 10,000 feet above ground level, you know. Yes, quite preposterous.
Yes. Doctor?
Yes, my boy?
Did you hear a noise just now?
A noise? Oh. When?
When you asked me if I had a headache.
No, not at all. But I can hear a noise now. Good gracious, look!
Some sort of armoured car?
A welcoming party, perhaps?
It doesn't look very friendly.
Hello? Hello? Anybody in there?
Perhaps it's automated or something.
You are trespassers! You will be taken for questioning! Transport A35 reporting. 2 trespassers located and incapacitated. Bringing them in for questioning.
dear, my dear boy, we seem to have been poleaxed by some kind of beam.
Doctor, look at the driver. It's a Nematodan.
Good Lord.
Silent! You will remain silent!
Production of thesium is down 8.5%, Saldor.
Yes, Commandant. Well, there have been certain difficulties.
Subversion, Officer Saldor. Subversion and sabotage. The Nematodan workforce are highly susceptible to revolutionary propaganda. And once they're infected, the nematoids in their charge become idle too.
Disciplinary measures taken against those attempting to escape have caused a certain amount of unrest.
We have to make examples of the renegades, Saldor. It's the only way to whip the rest into line. Good God, woman, if I could brain convert the lot of them, I would. But maintaining a 2% security force is expensive enough.
Which reminds me, Commandant, execution of the last 10 is due to take place at the end of this shift.
Make sure the Nematodan security carries out sentence. And Saldor, I want production up 8.5% for the adjudicator's inspection.
Yes, Commandant.
I think our descent is completed.
You're right about that road being 10,000 feet down.
Yes, and the journey down afforded us an excellent view, my boy.
Some sort of mining operation, wasn't it?
Indeed. Somewhat labor-intensive, too.
I can't see why they're using nematodons and nematoids for slave labor when they've got technology like that.
A space transport vehicle. It must transport whatever it is they're mining here.
Firing squad ready, officer.
Yes, Commandant. The prisoners are being secured.
Make sure they're firmly attached to the posts. We don't want any of the little blighters wriggling free. Who the hell's that?
Transport A35, Commandant, with 2 trespassers brought in for questioning.
Well, get them out in the open. They might as well see this.
Doctor, look!
Good gracious. Excuse me, what are you intending to do with those nematodons?
Keep quiet.
But you
Firing
can't!
squad ready, Commandant.
Carry on.
You can't possibly...
You've got to stop them!
Barbarians.
Saldor, have them stop that racket and get them back to work. Bring those two to my office.
Get off!
So, you're Nem lovers, are you?
I beg your pardon?
Nem.
Commandant, are you?
Doctor, what's wrong with them?
I don't... Nem.
Doctor? Doctor, what's the matter?
Shut up! Shut up, both of you! Saldor, read the charges.
Prisoners apprehended on Sky Road 7. No identification recognition.
Nem lovers sent here to stir up trouble, eh? Well, the company shows no mercy to saboteurs.
Oh, that was the trial, I take.
Shut up!
Sir,
What?
perhaps the adjudicator might wish to interrogate them when he arrives.
I don't see why. Yes, what is it?
Adjudicator's ship preparing to land, Commandant.
What? Are you sure?
Call sign recognition confirmed.
All right, assemble security squads. He's 3 days early. Damn!
The prisoners, Commandant. What?
Get them locked up in the loading bays. I don't want them littering the place when the adjudicator steps out of his ship. Get them out! Adjudicator. It's an honor to receive you, and...
But why am I early? Is that what you were going to say?
Well, no, Adjudicator. No, a Commandant must always...
Quite so, Commandant. Perhaps we can discuss the little matter of 8.5% in your office.
In here.
Shouldn't you be on the other side of that door, Officer Saldor?
Are you quite all right, my dear?
Why are you here? Where are you from?
Here and there, my dear. Here and there.
We're here by accident, I think.
But you can't approve of what you witnessed.
The execution of nematodons? To be quite frank, no.
I gather that sort of sentiment carries the death penalty around here.
Yes.
Interrogation over, is it?
Come with me.
And of course, there are the teething problems with the Mark 6 ventricle regulation vectors.
That machinery has been tried and tested by our best engineers, Commandant. And besides, your status report of the last time span mentions nothing of these technical problems. I think I should look elsewhere for justification of your non-profitability. What do you think?
Well,
Perhaps it's a matter of bad management.
No!
I beg your pardon?
No, Adjudicator. It's, well...
Are you trying to tell me something, Commandant?
Subversion.
Subversion?
Yeah, but the ringleaders have been executed and...
Well. The Iron Commandant is undermined by Nematodan subversion. Perhaps your career is reaching its termination.
But, Adjudicator, I have the situation under control.
Really?
In fact, I have 2 subversive infiltrators awaiting your interrogation.
Why do I get the feeling this isn't strictly official?
Keep your voice down. In here.
Good Lord, a Nematodan public meeting. It's packed.
Are we the guests?
You're more than that. Nematodans, listen to me.
Do not fail us now, Saldor.
It is time for me to make myself known to all of you. I am on your side. The sabotage attempt on the loading machinery was planned with your leader here, Luck, and with your other leaders. We regret its failure bitterly, but I come to you now to say it is time to avenge the deaths of your 10 comrades executed this morning. It is time to fight back, and these 2 humans have been sent to help us.
What? I beg your pardon?
I can never understand why so-called humans feel kinship to those damn pixies.
Idealism, Commandant. A disease of the mind.
Officer Saldor secured prisoners in here, Commandant.
Open it. Empty.
This is a picture of our greatest enemy, the Adjudicator. He is now on this planet, and we must kill him to break Conglomerate's power.
Wait a minute. I recognise that face. It's...
You would. He's the most feared and hated man in this galaxy.
There must have been a space allocation error.
Commandant, I've had nothing but excuses since I arrived.
Excuse me, Adjudicator. Security, what the hell's happening?
Commandant! Ainsworth has rioted. They have weapons.
What? How the hell?
Officer Saldor is leading them.
What? Hello, security. Security!
Subversion, Commandant. I suggest we return to my ship.
We seem to be caught in the middle of a revolution, dear boy.
Yes, but what's it got to do with us?
Doctor! Doctor! You must come with me. We've already forced them into retreat. We need an official from the Galactic Ecology Movement to negotiate their surrender and this planet's independence.
Galactic Ecology Movement?
Yes! Come on, you can drop the pretense now. We know you were sent.
But I
Truman,
was sure...
you stay here at the armory and help distribute the weapons. Come on, Doctor.
Oh, see you later, Truman.
Doctor! Doctor! None of this makes any sense.
Guns! Give gun!
What?
We fight!
No. Get gun yourself. Nematodans fight? I don't understand. There's something... Not again!
But Adjudicator, surely we're not just going to take off and leave this rabble?
We might just as well if your pathetic security measures were all that we had on our side.
How was I to know that this was...
You've been caught out by a simple workforce revolution instigated by ecologist traitors. The lowest kind. Those who would have us pander to nature's needs rather than seize resources and opportunity. All battle drudgers, power up and disembark. Battle Rig 570. Quell industrial insurrection.
Confirm. Battle Rig 570. Quell insurrection.
Doctor, we're winning!
Good.
Yes.
That's it! We'll build a new world!
Look, over there.
Oh no! Conglomerate Drudgers!
I think I'm losing my grip on reality. I keep thinking that
This is all an illusion. That the Doctor's an imposter.
Doctor, but
There's some dirty work afoot here, Truman.
you are the Doctor, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Then who is... No! I can't think!
Fight it, Truman. Draw power from my mind. Think.
Thank you, Doctor. What's going on here?
That's a bloody good question. What the hell's the Doctor doing there? Hey? What? Oh, switch to battle area.
Stop! Stop this slaughter!
I couldn't agree more.
You.
Yes, me. Waiting for my arrival to start your pathetic revolution was the worst possible piece of planning. Still, we can't expect intuition and talent in subversives, can we? Your minds are too bloated with sentiment and conscience. Round up the survivors. Take Saldor and the shabby old man to my ship.
I take it you're referring to me.
Yes, I am, old man. Who exactly are you?
Someone who has been sickened by the mass murder committed here.
Oh, well, I assure you, I intend to increase the death toll by at least 2 before sunset. Take them away.
I don't understand why anyone would go to all this trouble to set up such an illusion. The brainwashing techniques must be incredibly advanced. I mean, the Doctor... Well, the imposter, he didn't look anything like you. But I still somehow felt that I knew him.
Oh, the trickery is perfect.
You don't think it's the Eternals again, do you? Having another wage?
Truman, we must
I've got it! It's Justyce! It must be!
No, I don't think so. You see, I've remembered.
What? Who Justyce is?
Yes.
You mean you fought him before?
Justyce is no enemy. He's a victim of my meddling, and I must forever pay the price.
Pay the...
We must tear this fantasy world apart.
Your obsession with this Doctor is a time-consuming irrelevance. We have tolerated it long enough.
Shut up! Will you?
How dare you!
I dare because I'm in control. Purification of the galaxy is proceeding ahead of schedule. There is nothing for us to do but wait for the inevitable glory we shall enjoy. I am utilizing the time we have on our hands profitably.
But it seems you have made an error in the programming of the Doctor.
No way! He's learning the ropes as adjudicator admirably.
And yet, we have observed him acting independently, breaking his companions' programming.
Yes, but I'm working on that one.
You have caused extensive damage to Conglomerate property, and have therefore rendered this planet's operation completely unprofitable. Coupled with that, your foolish revolution has greatly reduced the numbers of the workforce.
You murdered them!
I instructed battle drudgers to quell insurrection. It was a necessary step to restore order and company control. Your subversion alone made that step necessary.
I take it you attribute no responsibility to Conglomerate's enslaving of the Nematodans in the first place?
The Nematodans served no economic function until we put them to work.
Economic? And will it serve an economic function to kill us?
Since your ideologies are hopelessly twisted, it would be time-consuming and somewhat expensive to have your minds altered. There are plenty more humans wishing to become loyal employees. Having you executed really is the most sensible course.
Your inventive use of economics to justify your psychopathic mania would make an excellent case study.
I'm merely ensuring company profitability. Death is a final solution for hopeless cases. Commandant.
Yes, adjudicator?
How would you assess your dealing with this situation?
My dealing? What situation?
The insurrection.
Well, you...
Yes, I had to deal with it, because you didn't see the problem developing. I would assess you to be a worse than useless employee.
But... Adjudicator, please...
Drudger, Rig 107.
Confirm. Rig 107. Execution mode.
Kill him.
No!
You murderer!
Evelyn. Posedor.
Now kill these two.
Confirm. Rig 107.
No! Stop! Who are you?
The photograph. I remember the adjudicator, but Doctor, you look just like him.
Truman.
Doctor?
Maximum power on mind control.
Maximum power. All participants immobilized.
2 doctors? What's he playing at?
No readings available.
Oh, shut up! How the hell did he manage this? You hold the fort here. I'm after some answers.
Concentrate. Draw power from my minds.
Doctor?
Yes, my boy. Thank heavens you're still alive.
Silence, all of you. Remain where you are. You seem confused, adjudicator.
Who are you? The adjudicator's double?
So it would appear. But this creature is nothing but an illusion. I am the adjudicator. Kill this imposter.
Confirm.
Order cancelled. Oh dear, adjudicator. It seems your Drudger responds to the real thing as well as it does to you, the copy.
Then if he's not the adjudicator, who are you?
Oh, he is the adjudicator. But you see, the adjudicator is an artificial creation. I am the doctor.
But that's impossible.
Oh, but it isn't. Truman, am I the doctor? Truman?
Don't you know me, my boy?
Well, yes, but no, you're not the doctor. He is. They are.
You see, now, if Truman recognizes me, you must be an imposter. Doesn't that follow?
Yes, but...
Good. Kill this man.
Confirm.
No! There now. I think we've eliminated some of the confusion.
Right, nobody move.
All participants immobilized.
Except this one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How have you managed it?
Clean living.
And I thought I'd done the most thorough job on your programming. Nothing permanent, of course. Just the introduction of some ideas you might appreciate. But no. Seems that you're so sickeningly full of compassionate nonsense and free-thinking claptrap that you not only managed to overcome the programming, but God knows how. Create him.
Oh, him?
Yes. Him. The adjudicator. You were meant to play that part.
And what part are you playing?
Did you kill this old chap here?
No, this robot did.
But do you know who he is?
Posedor, a friend of mine.
And no heroic attempts to save him. You're slipping. You're very quiet, Doctor. I must say I was looking forward to your customary moral indignation. It's always good for a laugh. Oh, it seems that your double, the adjudicator, is waking up. Let's see. Not fully conscious yet. Probably thinks he's having a dream. Come on, Doctor. Tell us how you did it. I know Time Lords can regenerate, but self-replication... You might as well tell me. The experiment has failed. The game is over. Your moral scruples are intact, and that makes you useless to Conglomerate. It's a pity, but it's true. You're a dead man, Doctor. No, don't try to stare me out, because you're nothing. Do you realise that? You and your ideas are history. The final contract is nearing completion. I've forced an entire galaxy to produce for our needs. The slime from toxic waste-producing reactors are transforming billions of worlds into feeding grounds for my race. Yes. Yes, my race. The Griffelians. I have lived for over 300 years in this form, building economic power. I've bought the future. And there's no turning back. And while you all lay in cryogenic suspension, awaiting the construction of this elaborate scenario designed as a lesson in economic necessity, that the role of adjudicator would make clear even to the Doctor and his bleeding heart, history moved on. You've been asleep for 50 years. You've missed all the fun. After the disappearance of Posedor, the scattering of galactic ecologists, their persecution and final eradication by frightened planetary governments, you've been playing my game of conglomerate management skills while the galaxy has fallen to its knees. So it's no good you standing there trying to retain your dignity, because everything you stand for has rotted away. I don't care how you resisted the programming or how you managed to duplicate yourself, because it was all for nothing. You would have been better off if you had become the adjudicator. You could have surrendered yourself for absorption like I did 300 years ago. Oh, I was human once, you know, but I preferred life at any cost and in any form to what you're going to get. Mass compression unit neutralized. This'll be the first time I've allowed myself this luxury since I set up Conglomerate. True form of what was once Cuthbert. For 300 years, a Griffelian carnivore.
devour anything, Doctor. Toxic waste sustains our life force, but we're not averse to the odd humanoid.
Justice will be served, and you have played your part, Griffelian.
More Time Lord trickery. Gone with your replica and that wretched human.
What the hell has been... My head. Kevin? Posedor? Oh my God.
Nightmare is over, my dear. And reality is 10 times worse.
What are you?
The Doctor escaped again. But you'll do, my dear. You'll do for now.
No! No! Keep away! No!
I remember now.
All that happened to you before you came back in time to pick me up?
Yes. Cuthbert's programming must have scrambled our brains a bit. But I still don't understand how we travelled back to 1605. Doctor?
Posedor. Killed.
Finished at last. Well, did you enjoy yourselves? I must say, the ending was certainly to my taste.
Why did you reactivate your mass compression unit?
I thought you might find my original human form more aesthetically pleasing.
That sounds a little out of character.
Really, my dear?
Yes, really.
Oh, look who started. I'm sorry things didn't go too well for you and your fine ideas, Doctor. But it's the way of galactic history. No doubt the wheel will turn full circle one day and your putrid ecologists will come back into vogue.
How exceptionally broad-minded of you.
I'm flattered.
No, you're not. What we've just experienced displayed all the single-minded greed and warped ingenuity of Conglomerate's president. A president to whom ideological as well as economic victory is vital. It is most out of character for you to envisage the overthrow of your ideas, just as it's equally improbable, or should I say impossible, for you to know about the destruction of Gallifrey or my involvement in the 1605 time paradox.
And the death of Rhea?
Rhea, you mustn't... Sorry.
I see.
Oh, dearie, dearie me.
You engineered the whole of that subterfuge charade. Once the TARDIS had landed in the toxic waste freighter, you set about influencing Posedor's mind so that he'd set the coordinates for Griffelian 5.
Oh, my involvement came a bit earlier than that. I guided the TARDIS to the freighter in the first place.
But you couldn't have done that.
Yes, you were genuinely surprised when you were informed of the TARDIS's presence.
Yes, Cuthbert was, Rhea.
Enough of this whittering, please. It's time for some more experiential amplification.
More horror stories from the past?
Not exactly, but you'll see.
I don't know.
Looks like a city down there. It's beautiful.
Do you know it?
No.
But you're right. It is beautiful. Serene. Peaceful. Extremely advanced, but somehow...
Noble? Noble yet gentle. Civilization on the planet Solados.
This is your experience we're in?
Yes, in a way. It's what might have been.
What are you up to?
What's this got to do with Conglomerate?
Nothing.
Yes, nothing at all. But it's got a lot to do with you and the Doctor. In the Earth year 1605, you opened up a wound in the fabric of time.
You mean the time paradox created by my own garbled message telling me not to interfere?
But you did interfere. And in that instant, the people down there had a future. By chance, that noble race gained the right to survive.
And where are we now?
I recognise this, Doctor. It's from my time.
We're in the weapons control centre of the Earth Star Destroyer Horatio.
And the planet on the target display?
Solados, centuries earlier than the last manifestation. At this moment, the Soladans are an emergent, unsophisticated race, centuries from the spiritual and technological advancements represented in that beautiful city you saw.
This is the ship that took me from Stanidima to Nematoda. I remember she's the flagship
of Earth's colonial forces. At present on red alert in the midst of a crisis for Earth's colonial administration of Solados. There's quite a rumpus going on, listen.
This is Admiral Elinsford, Commander-in-Chief, Earth Colonial Forces, aboard Star Destroyer Horatio. You are once again reminded of Earth Administration's firm and immovable policy decision on non-negotiation with terrorist groups. The deadline is about to expire. You will release the admin doctor and her staff and surrender yourselves for trial. For we will be forced to take the only course open to us and begin the systematic destruction of your planet.
Our planet? Yes, it is ours. But I could not call it that when you ruin it, plunder it, suck its life blood to feed your insatiable war machine. We have lived too long under your control. We demand independence. Independence now. Independence now. Independence.
You will have 30 seconds to signal a change of intention. If no such signal is received, you will force me to do my duty.
On a point of policy, humanity is prepared to commit genocide.
Why are you showing us this, Cuthbert? What are you trying to prove?
That had the Doctor and Rhea not corrected their mistake in 1605, the Earth would have been destroyed by nuclear war in 1986.
And there would have been no Earth-space empire.
No Earth empire to carry out this act of barbarism. And why am I telling you all this, Doctor?
You're not. Or rather, you're not who you seem to be. Justyce.
What?
I was programmed as the adjudicator. There was a replica of me, and that was you. Justyce.
So he can change his appearance?
Apparently so. I must say, I'd never imagined I'd been hounded across the time and space to be given a lecture in time paradoxes.
Then if you're not Cuthbert, who exactly are you? I mean, who exactly is Justyce?
Good point, Rhea. Yes. You can show yourself now.
Oh, what are you expecting, I wonder? What would you like to see?
He's changing form.
Did you think a Time Lord, perhaps? An old enemy whose life you took it upon yourself to save?
I don't believe it. No!
Or perhaps something deeper rooted in your hearts?
You are identified as hostile. Now you will be exterminated.
What would you prefer? What would be the most palatable appearance to you?
Show yourself! Do you recognize me now, I wonder?
Doctor, it's you. He looks like you.
Stop playing games. Are you afraid to show me who you really are? But this is no illusion, Doctor. This is the face I am cursed with. The face of that cursed being who brought me into my tortured existence. I don't understand. The time paradox you created. I am its result. But that's impossible, Time Lord. Time Lord. You understand nothing of time. I understood that I'd accidentally interfered with the web of time. It was my responsibility to correct my mistake. You shouldn't... There's no way you should exist. Very neat. But I do exist. This web of time you theorize. Can you not perceive that its threads are the very lives of every citizen of the universe throughout time? Woven into your web of mathematical formulae and temporal physics are the aspirations and potentials of whole races.
Then what are you?
When Rhea and the Doctor resolved the time paradox, countless voices cried out in anguish for an existence that had, for an instant, been theirs. I am the embodiment of that pain, of that injustice.
But if what you say is true, time has been corrected. You can't hope to achieve anything.
I can do nothing. But perhaps you can help me.
We're back in the TARDIS. Our TARDIS.
Complete with "Justice will be served" scrawled all over the walls.
We seem to be landing. What happens now?
5th of November, 1605 AD, Earth, London. I've a feeling the ball's in my court.
What do you think he meant, Doctor?
When
he said that perhaps I could help him?
I don't know.
He wants you to interfere again, Doctor, doesn't he?
I rather think so.
What did you actually do? I mean, before?
I thought I had to make sure Parliament House wasn't blown up. Instead, I was mistaken for Guido Fawkes and in the process distracted Sir Thomas Nevitt from locating a few strategically placed kegs of gunpowder. Boom! History up the spout.
Well, how did you break the paradox?
Rhea did. I'd broken the laws of time to prevent myself from interfering, but it was to no avail, so I decided to send myself a message back through time.
Well, didn't that break any rules?
A few. But I thought it was for the best until Rhea pointed out that the message I was about to send was the very message that I'd received before. It had somehow been garbled during the transmission, so that certain words were inaudible. Quite by chance. This meant that the entire meaning of the message was reversed, sounding like a plea for assistance to prevent the Earth being destroyed.
Which led you to interfere?
Yes, but the moment Rhea persuaded me not to send the message...
Everything sort of slipped back onto the right track. Or will do, if you see what I mean.
Well, just about. The cloister bell. Is it Justyce?
I don't know. Massive time distortion. Of course. We're at the point of the paradox.
But why the distortion? We solved it, didn't we?
Yes. He appears to be holding us at the point of the paradox.
Justyce?
Who do you think?
No, I didn't do that.
I think you've been asked to go outside.
Look, out there. It's Mr. Posedor.
What?
Mr. Crouch? Foreman Crouch? Is that you?
Yes. What are you... I mean, I thought you would...
Is the doctor there? Let me see the doctor.
I'm here. Justyce. Do you really think you can fool me again?
No, it is me, Posedor. You must come out here. You must interfere with history again.
Posedor is dead.
Justyce took me out of time and space, just as he did with you. You've got to listen to me, Doctor.
And cause the premature destruction of your own race?
Yes. Doctor, Justyce has shown me the possible future of Solaris. The Solardans mature into a worthy, beautiful race who do not plunder or subjugate as humankind has done. I have fought the greed and stupidity of my own kind ever since leaving Nematoda.
Humanity will learn eventually.
But at what cost to universal ecology and civilization? Without humankind to waste and vandalize the galaxies, the Solardans will live to create a benevolent and caring alliance of races.
And if I interfere, you and your ancestors will never have existed.
I will pay that price.
It isn't a decision you or I have the right to make. And what about Truman?
That is part of the deal.
Deal? You're dealing with history?
And your existence, my dear.
What do you mean?
Truman will survive. Rhea will not die on Gallifrey. She will remain with you, Doctor.
Doctor, you... Truman, I can't. You...
The web of time?
I can't pervert galactic history to... Well, on the basis...
Saving me? No, I understand.
Oh, I don't want you to understand. You shouldn't even know about your own future. How can I begin to explain?
Well, I'm sitting comfortably. I'd be fascinated to hear your wonderfully hypocritical explanation.
Askran. Then you did save him, didn't you? You did break the laws of time.
Oh, he did. Although depositing me in a rehabilitation centre wasn't exactly what I'd had in mind for a resurrection. But I'll get out. Sooner than you think.
Well, Doctor, your decision? Time is running out.
Yes, come on, Doctor. Live a little. I hear your female companion suffered a particularly unwholesome death.
Think of the Solardans, Doctor, and all they could do for the galaxies.
Think of the Daleks and their vile torture of your companion. You can reverse that. You did it before. For me, and you despise everything that I stand for.
Doctor, but perhaps it is right. With the Time Lords gone, well, perhaps it is your responsibility.
Step through the doors of the TARDIS. There's still time.
I only have Justice's word on the qualities inherent in the Solardans.
No, you have more than that. When you saw their city, their minds touched yours. You know deep in your heart the decision you must make.
I did feel their serenity, beauty, compassion.
Then show compassion for them. Humanity had chance after chance, but... It culminated in this act of sheer barbarity, shrouded in political expediency and dogma.
Stop! I will do it. What? I don't understand. Truman, open the doors again.
I can't. The control, it's locked.
But... What? I can't get out.
Doctor, something's happening.
Rhea, hold on. The time paradox must be resolving. I must move us back to the point... What?
Doctor, what is it? Hurry up. What's the matter?
The coordinates have changed. We're drifting in the vortex.
Doctor! Goodbye! Doctor!
Do you think if it were possible I'd have needed you? The die is cast. I am all that is left of the Saladins. The shadow of their pain and your guilt.
But why did you... You made me...
You wanted to change everything. You wanted to. You were prepared to. You were going to. But you cannot.
And has justice been served?
Justice will be served.
Well, you can introduce it then.
Oh, what do I do?
You say, hello, I'm John Ainsworth, welcome to another AudioVisuals on tape.
And then what?
And then you say,
over to Gary.
And here's Gary.
You
and
sure?
I blow my ego,
oh,
yeah.
God, I can't do this. Hello, my name is John Ainsworth. Welcome to another AudioVisuals on tape. And now to your host, Gary Russell.
Right, well, thank you for that astonishing introduction, John. Thank you, Nick. We're sitting here with our favourite vacuum cleaner stroke microphone. The big four by the end of we're in 1990 now, aren't we?
Yeah.
I'm talking rubbish. Should we start that again?
Unless you hurry up, it'll be 1991.
You've probably been wondering where all these tapes are. It's taken rather a long time to get season 4 going. We released 2 plays in 1988 and then 2 in 1989, and so far we've managed a grand total of 2 in 1990. We're going for the big 4 and hope by the end of the year to have all of season 4 out. Nick is laughing in the background and looking at me in complete disbelief as if to say this is the first I've heard of it. There is a reason, though, one has to say, for this delay. And that is something that I said right at the beginning when I first took over as being producer of this.
That you were going to be rubbish.
That I was going to be rubbish and I was going to talk absolute nonsense. The fact is, we won't release things unless we, as a team at AudioVisuals, are absolutely 100% happy with them. And that takes a long time. And our situation has changed over the last couple of years. When AudioVisuals was sort of in full swing during season 3, Nick, for instance, wasn't fully employed. Nigel Fairs wasn't fully employed. Jim wasn't fully employed. Well, I think he was, but he just never went to work. John was fully employed and I was fully employed, but we didn't have a great deal to do in season 3. So consequently, they had a lot of time on their hands to devote to AudioVisuals, because believe me, it's a time-consuming thing. and now that time is not always available, so we're really fitting everything in as quickly as we can and as best we can, and it means producing things like the music, doing the editing, the actual recording of the plays, and actually sorting everything out and getting scripts absolutely to our satisfaction is taking all a bit longer. So that's the reason there's going to be a delay, or there has been delays. And if we go ahead with the season 5, which is hopefully going to happen, he says, looking wildly around at these two people sitting beside me, both of whom are still looking nonplussed, I anticipate very much the same. Long delays between plays because it takes a long time to get them absolutely right. We've had a lot of new listeners recently due to articles in Private Who and the Dwaz's CT newsletter, which took us a little by surprise. We were very pleased. Thank you, Andrew Beasley. Nice review. Keep them coming. Paul Hughes, up in Scotland, says he particularly liked Cuddlesome because although it followed the same path as Terror of the Autons, it contained twists that the TV series could never think of and elements that would have got the TV series banned years ago.
The better villain.
Oh!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nothing to do with the fact that John plays Askran, of course.
We have a letter from Martin Kenno at college in London. He says, Cuddlesome, the first I heard, works well as a one-off. The continuity elements served only to make me curious. Who is Askran? And what happened to Gallifrey and the Time Lords? They added depth, showing this was part of an ongoing series, but didn't make it hard to follow. It's also a great story. It certainly impressed me. Acting all round was excellent, but of particular note were Michael Wisher, of course, and the two children. Utterly convincing, especially like the opening pre-credit bit.
Nick, I think you've got a letter there.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have to get near the microphone to read it. This is from Roddy McDougall of Edinburgh. Endurance. This two-parter combined the drama of a journey through Antarctica to the fantastical of the Silurian city, which will stay in my mind for a long time. Could you send me the next two plays? No.
Meanwhile, Greg Petrov, Ontario in Canada, says that Endurance was much better than the Warriors of the Deep fiasco. It reminded me of the feeling I got when I saw Doctor Who and the Silurians, and that was when I was 7 years old. Also, Jamie Woolley sent us a rather lengthy letter, which I'm not going to read a great deal from, except thanks, Jamie. A lot of it was great. One thing he did mention was that he got the impression that we based a lot of it on At the Mountains of Madness, a book by H.P. Lovecraft. Now, John, you had a lot to do with the actual formation of the story of Endurance before handing over to Erica to do the script. And a lot of the scenario of it was your idea. Were you inspired by the book?
Yes. I was inspired by H.P. Lovecraft in general. Should I expand on this?
Yes.
The idea was, originally, I wanted to do a story where the TARDIS was lost, and that was the main gist of the story. It was the Doctor trying to get back to the TARDIS, not trying to help people particularly, or anything, but just wanted to get the TARDIS and get away. But by doing so, of course, he did end up helping people. And I had read a lot of H.P. Lovecraft, and I had read At Mountains of Madness, and I thought that was quite an interesting setting for the Doctor in the 1920s in the Antarctic. It's quite unusual. And also I was very keen for the Doctor to fly the aeroplane over the mountains, which also happens in the book. I also firmly believe that Malcolm Hulke was inspired by H.P. Lovecraft to do the Silurians, because much of the history is the same, and also things like race memory and paintings on walls and things like that is all very similar if you think about it. Also the Sea Devils are obviously the deep ones from H.P. Lovecraft's story. If you've read them, you'll know what I mean. Having come up with the idea, though, I went off it. Rather.
Why was that?
I went off it because I wasn't sure what to actually do once the Doctor and the party reached the city itself in the glacier on the other side of the mountains. I didn't have any firm ideas of how to satisfactorily conclude the story in an exciting way. But once it was explained, Erica seemed quite interested in it, and so I said, well, why don't you do it then? I'm quite happy for my idea to be developed, and she did.
Outtakes.
I stayed with the dying. I nearly joined them.
I stayed with the dying. That's why you didn't have a good night. I stayed with the dying. I'm not sure about that line. Can you explain it?
Actually, yes. Well, the idea is that
He stayed to look after the dying. No?
Or the wounded.
Because that's a very...
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
I kept company with the dying. I nearly joined them.
Oh, right. Page 50... Drop in for page 53. Take 1, 3, 2, 1. Hello there! Is anyone at home?
Do you think it'll work?
No. Sorry.
That proves you don't read your cues.
Come out,
Okay,
wherever.
page 54.
I thought you changed the line.
No.
Sorry, I thought... Well,
I did say drop in page 53, but...
Oh, but all that jargon.
Okay, right, I'll do it again. I'll do it again anyway.
Right.
Drop in page 53, take 1, 3, 2, 1. Oh, why don't I give an idea? What a good idea. Page 56, take 1, 3, 2, 1.
Look, can I offer you jewels? Gold?
Sorry.
You going to finish your line or what?
Try and finish that one.
He's always doing this.
Oh, take me away. Page 56, 3.
What?
Call me Sir, fool. I am a knight. I must have a queen for my love.
Here she is.
It's not your line.
Sorry.
3, 2, 1.
Here she is, Lord.
What happened?
He was doing a bit of acting.
That's
Take
right.
2.
Sorry, I thought you laughed.
Just don't go yet.
3, 2, 1. Putting on a fool's knight impression. Oh, I didn't read that. 3, 2...
You know what one of those is?
3, 2... Fire! Rain!
Ice!
Cubes.
Sugar.
Page 57. 3... Any problems now?
I'm changing back into my original form.
Oh, no. There goes my plan. If I don't do something quickly, you won't be able to burn the golem. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know whether I was supposed to...
Conductor! No, David's not quite with us there.
No, I thought we were going to turn the page, Nick.
No.
That's the whole reason we stopped. Let me explain this. Right, page 57, pick up, because David's a mental retard. 3, 2, 1.
And there's more on tape at the end of Subterfuge.
Oh no, it's another
AudioVisuals on tape.
For message, jingly, discordant, metallic, then chord sequence into music. Start on 3rd, Earth will be destroyed. Those words have been written by Alistair, the composer for Subterfuge.
It's fine. I was at a Space City convention in 1988, and I met Gary there, Russell, the producer, and we were chatting about the plays and how I was interested. And he said, "Oh well, if you're interested, send along anything that you've done." And I told him about this play that I'd written. So I sent in the play, and apparently Nick, Gary, and John were sort of sat up late one night, thinking, "What shall we do now?" "Oh, well, let's put on this play that this bloke Alistair sent us." So they put it on. They said, "Well, we'll listen to the first 5 minutes, and if we don't like it, go to bed." And apparently, they actually sat through the whole thing.
We didn't have the volume turned up.
Yes, with a straight face, which is a shame because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Planet Earth. So it came to be known by terribly boring people a long time ago when the inhabitants were of limited intelligence. Named so because a great deal of the planet was indeed covered in earth or dirt. At least in the parts that weren't covered in water. However, long before the name Earth had been heard on this planet, a small scout ship set out from a world called Soil. On this planet, unimaginable light years from Earth, the inhabitants had also lacked a flair for giving their planet a decent name. In a time long before the Earth had ever heard the name Tribolite or even Brachiopod, the people of Soil gambled for planets, and one of them, Emmett, had won the Earth in a carefully rigged game centuries before man was to roam the planet, in the Triassic period, when even dinosaurs were only just beginning to appear, all of which showed the narrator had done his research.
Emmett, we are now in orbit around your new planet.
Excellent. How does it look?
Fine, sir. It's a rather attractive blue and green world with a good atmosphere, and it even has its own moon.
Good. I'll use it for guests.
We're going in now for the survey, but our initial scans show the planet to be fine.
Remember to leave a backup repeater record on the moon of your report.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. My crew and I will be with you in 3 yarls.
Yarls, sir?
Months.
I know, sir, but I was worried they wouldn't understand what you meant.
Emmett out.
Yes, for the story Endurance, I was asked whether I could do the voice effect on the Silurians, and I said, oh yeah, I should think so. And so I came up one weekend to the audiovisual studio and sat in front of the audiovisual monitor and it was played the Silurian story. So I listened to the voices and I thought, yes, I can do that. It's a bit of flanging, a bit of ring modulation and a bit of, I can't remember what the third effect was. And so I came up on the next occasion and brought up all my stuff and realised to my horror that I couldn't do the actual voice because the synthesizer that I was using, the ring modulator, wouldn't tune low enough. So we spent, 6 hours?
Well, yeah.
So it was, because we arrived at 2. We arrived at 2. I gave Nick a lift from his house because he's penniless and can't afford to travel on public transport. So I gave him a lift from Lyndhurst to London. And we set up the equipment at 2 when we arrived, and it took us 6 hours to decide on a suitable voice effect for the Silurians, and another 6 hours to actually record them, because we managed to keep a straight face, so it took 6 hours.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! Oh, sorry. Who is the fairest Silurian of all? Mocha! Mocha! Who can dance the polka?
And then suddenly I got asked whether I would do the music for Subterfuge, this massive epic.
The only similar sort of stuff you'd done before was music for
that play that I'd written, and
we've heard an extract of earlier.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So this was quite a big project in comparison with that.
Oh gosh,
in terms of just the size of it. I mean, that's
well,
what
yes.
Big describes, I suppose.
I'd had a well, this is true. Yes, I'd had a run up with doing the music for my own play and sound effects and so on and so forth. Then I had another crack at the whip when I was asked to do the music for one of the Mythmakers tapes. Victor Pemberton, out now, apparently. I still haven't received my complimentary copy. So I did the music for that. And then straight into Subterfuge. Doctor and Truman's first appearance in the TARDIS. 987654. Well, I thought the best thing to do would be to have first of all, decide roughly what style of music I'm going to have for any particular sequence. And then decide on a tempo. And get my drum machine to do a click track. And then count the bars. So rather than counting how many seconds a piece is going to last, because psychologically it seems to work better if you think, oh my god, I've got to compose 6.5 minutes, because that's the longest piece of music is 6.5 minutes. You think, non-stop. Oh god, non-stop, yes, without a breath. 6, 7,
Attention, open fire. My friends,
9,
this is Posedor.
10,
We must do as they
11,
say. We are dealing
12,
with people
13,
of no conscience.
14,
Avoid massacre. I
15,
implore you all to leave
16,
The Conglomerate cruiser's moving in
17,
closer.
18, 19, 20, 21,
Deceleration's just taken another
22,
2 of our lives.
23, 24,
Auxiliary
25,
security.
26.